Hello everyone, welcome to It's an Ink and Stampede. My name is Darlene. I'm glad you stopped by today. I'm going to show you a project today that I think is really cute. It can be used for lots of different holidays. Right now I'm just using it for Valentine's Day. And it's a little candy holder. Take off the tie and inside you just hide your little candy. So let's get started. I've taken a piece of Stampin' Up's plain elegant eggplant cardstock and I've cut it to 3 inches by 11 and we're going to score it. And don't worry about the measurements right now. Anything that requires measurements and cutting I have on the blog that I have listed my address at the end of this video. So we're going to take our scoring blade that I have inserted in here and we're going to first score at 3 inches. Then we're going to score at 3.5, 6.5, 7, 10 inches, and 10.5. There we go. I'll move this out of the way for you. Now I'm going to take this is where we scored the 10 and the 10.5 and I want that part on the left side. So we're going to take and do a scallop punch over on this side. You can use your scallop punch either facing this way, punching, and as you punch then lining up on the marks here. I tend to turn it over so I can see. And we're going to punch along the edge, the right hand edge. Line it up. There we go. If you have any piece left over, you can snip it off. And we're all set. Now what I'd like to do is use the Encore Metallic Gold. It's a pigment ink. It takes a little while to dry, so I'm going to try to do the edge just right off the pad. You can also use your sponge daubers, but I just want a kind of a rustic look, so I'm not trying to make it real soft and pretty. Just very quick. Run it across your edge. You can put as much on as you want. I kind of like the smeared look for this box. There we go. And you can see it's nice and shiny. Now we're going to decorate the front part of the box. And I've decided to use the stamps from Stampin' Up's Flight of the Butterfly. I have this one. I've already used them, obviously. This is the little sentiment, hope your day is happy as it gets. And here's the other little butterfly that we're going to use. So I'm going to do the front part of the card for, or excuse me, the candy holder first. Ink it up. Put it right here. I tend to stamp off the edges on here as much as I can so it looks more natural. We're going to decorate all across the box. And maybe one up here. Now we'll do the smaller solid one in between. I kind of like to alternate which way they might be flying, just for a different effect. Now I'm going to set this aside. We're going to do the inside sentiment in a few moments, so I'll just set this aside. What I also want to work on right now, I took a piece of scrap paper, same cardstock as I have for the box, and I took this really pretty stamp. It's the Fine Flourish background stamp, and I inked it up, stamped on it very lightly, let it dry, and I'm going to use the butterfly punch. Punch out a couple of butterflies out of this paper. I tend to turn this over also so I can see. And we're going to punch out 2 butterflies. Any scrap paper usually works. I always have a lot of pieces of scraps laying around. We'll fold this guy in the middle, just in between where the wings are. Just fold him. And then I take a small glue dot, place it about in the middle, and adhere that together with the other layer. I line them up pretty close, press in the middle, and then he's going to be set aside. We're going to put him on the top of the box at the end of the project. And hopefully this guy's dry enough where I can flip him over. Because I want to do is put another solid butterfly up here, and we'll put him about right here. Perfect. And then we have our Stamp-A-Majig that I'm going to need a little assistance using because I want to put my sentiment here. So what you do, I did it ahead of time only because I used the metallic ink and it takes a while to dry. This is just to help you line up. So you take your Stamp-A-Majig and do a basic stamp just for the image here. Then you decide where you would like that to be, helps you place it. I think I'm going to have them about right here. Oops. Place your Stamp-A-Majig on the corner of your imaging sheet. Pull that away. Stamp that right here. Perfect. This ink is wonderful, but like I said, it's pigment ink and it takes a while to dry. If you're using this on a scrapbook project, also I would suggest you heat set it just so that it really stays permanently on there for you. Now we can start folding with our bone folder. I tend to use my bone folder as much as possible. Well, helps me get a nice crisp edge. Once I get all these folded, you'll be able to see how the box is going to be formed. It'll all come together for you. I'm going to be a little careful here where I just stamped because I'm not quite sure if that ink's completely dry. At home you'd wait a little bit, or if you have the dye-based ink you won't have to worry. But for our project today, I think I'm going to be a little careful here and not smear it for another minute or two. Okay,